everyone, welcome back to James Redmond TV and welcome to another Redmond Roundup. Guys, I can't do an intro. Do you know what? I'm not even going to stop this one. I'm going to keep it going. I'm going to let the authenticity reign supreme. I've tried 3 intros, all done with crap, and this is the one that we're sticking with. Smash a like and subscribe if you haven't already, because I'm terrible at YouTube. Guys, we've got quite a few things to delve into today. First and foremost, we've got a new sporting director. At least it seems that that's the case. Fabrizio Romano was saying that this is going to be done in upcoming days, but also numerous other reliable journalists around the football club of the name of Jorg Schmadtke, who's German. Don't know if I pronounced the name right, but we're going to talk about more about that, and then we're also going to delve into the Mason Mount situation at Chelsea, because as the days go by, it seems more likely that he's going to leave. Will the team that he leaves be Liverpool? That's something that I want to talk about. And then in the last part of the video, we're going to do something a little bit more fun, obviously. Going to do like a little compilation between Coutinho and Firmino. The way it's going to work, I'm going to play a compilation of both players. Now, also just choose who you want to choose, not just based off the compilations, because it's about 3-4 minutes. It's hard to just say what player's better based on that. But then in the comments down below, I'm going to put Felipe Coutinho, Roberto Firmino, and whoever gets the most likes will be the better player or will get the victory. So it's a head-to-head matchup, and I'm going to make that a more regular series as the weeks go by. So that's going to be at the end of the show. But first and foremost, a new sporting director. Usually that's huge. Usually that's like big things. We've had 2 leave us in recent times. So this is the new guy. The difference with this guy, he's German. And obviously when Ralf Rangnick went to Manchester United, that probably got football fans in general looking more into what a footballing director is. How come a footballing director can, go to Manchester United, be a manager, and still thrive in the same job when that's not what he's used to? He had minimal managerial experience, but to think that he was going to go and take United and do things was quite ludicrous to me. But it got people looking into football directors more, including my own. Now, Liverpool have had great success in some people's eyes with the sporting directors in recent times. I think it's been average. I think when you look at our last 2 sporting directors, they've had some good signings, they've had some bad ones. Like Edwards, for instance. Edwards was somebody who had some really good names on the list of players that he got. Mane, Salah, etc. But then you also have to take into fact that there was a Ricky Lambert on there, there was a Mario Balotelli, there was the likes of... who else? I was about to say Adam Lallana. To be fair, that was slightly before his time, I believe. But sorry, not Adam Lallana. Charlie Adam. Adam Lallana was another good one, to be fair. Still doing bits at Brighton as well. Shout out to Adam Lallana. But the new guy is Jorg Schmadtke. Now, I don't know how to say his name because I'm not good at pronouncing names. I'm quite thick. Also terrible at reading, and I've got poor eyesight. But I understand that he's German, and the experience in which he possesses is okay. So at Alemannia, he was the sporting director from 2001, and in the 2005 season, he reached the German Cup final, so I believe that's like the FA Cup where they're from. Not too sure because it was in 2005. The following season, the team earned promotion. So he also got this team promotion. He was the sporting director, not the manager, got to clarify. So he was in that job from 2001 to 2009. I'm just giving you a brief history on who this guy is. So because he's only got experience in Germany. This is one of the German teams that he's managed. So apparently he got to a German Cup final with a team who was in the 2nd division and then got them promoted. That's what we know so far. In 2009 to 2013, he worked at Hanover 96. In 2011, his contract, blah, 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 blah. No one cares. But then in 2013, he left. Afterwards, he went to Hamburg. Then he went to Cologne. And then he went to Wolfsburg. I don't know about this dude. It's got like literally about 4 paragraphs, which for a Wikipedia page for who could be our new sporting director is not a lot of information. It's give a very brief summary of how he's done his 4 or 5 different jobs. He's 59. He used to be a footballer. I'm trying to give you as much information on who this dude is so we can get excited or not excited. Quite frankly, I'm not going to get excited until I see what he does. I'm not going to get excited until I see the resources that he gets given. I'm not going to get excited until I see the approach in which he takes. Is he going to come in? Because one thing I've noticed based on his resume, and I don't know the testament of the character of this gentleman, but on that resume, Liverpool is by far the biggest opportunity that he's going to get if this does get completed. Because even though it's not fully completed, it pretty much is, which is why I'm talking about like it's done. Is the approach different? The type of players that you're going to get in, is it different? hopefully he has a philosophy, and the only reason why I can't judge accurately why he's got a good philosophy or not is because it's FSG who are determining whether he's got a good philosophy or not. FSG might have hit the jackpot once with getting Jurgen Klopp and then making the right signings and all these things. Have they proven they can do it again is what remains to be seen, and have they shown that they can be dominant over a period of time? Once. But even still, during that period, there was inconsistencies. So last year, we were competing for all 4 trophies. The season before, we nearly finished outside the top 4. Can this guy come in and bring a bit of stability on where we finish in the league? Can we become a consistently top 4 team like Manchester City have been pretty much since they got taken over? I understand the resources aren't the same, but we should still be good enough to be able to get top 4 is the point that I'm saying, especially when we've got the likes of Jurgen Klopp as the manager and some of the players that we do. You need to complement those players with new ones. So the point, I wanted to speak about the sporting director because it's the sporting director. I suppose that's a big thing. I don't care until I start seeing results from the overall football club, and then I'll start giving the man his props, FSG their props, and then the team theirs. So that's what we know about him so far. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. But let's talk about Mason Mount, because Mason Mount's an exciting transfer, isn't it? It's a big name, and it's somebody who's established in the Premier League, which is why I think a lot of guys would like this signing. Also, Liverpool fans are loving Jordan Henderson, or have loved Jordan Henderson for a long, long time. Therefore, and because James Milner's going, because Jordan Henderson's going, I do think some Liverpool fans have got in the back of their minds who's going to be that new guy who represents Liverpool on the England stage. Or I don't know if anyone is actually thinking about that. I'm certainly not. But maybe that's something that's contributing to them wanting Mason Mount, because if it's to do solely with him being the best option in midfield, I don't think it is. And if he's the number 2 or 3 option behind what was going to be Jude Bellingham or something like that, is he the right signing? I'm not sure. I mean, if you were to ask me, I slightly edge, probably like preferring Jude. I want Jude Bellingham to all of these players, but then when you look at players like McAllister, I do believe if it was an either or option, I think McAllister would be more beneficial for our system. Whereas if you got both, I think that's really, really good, because then they're both slightly different players. That being said, just Mason Mount on himself. I've liked Mason Mount before, and I do believe Chelsea's just kind of in a messy situation to where maybe that's what's contributed to the inconsistency of Mount's performances, because no matter where your workplace is, especially where it's somewhere where it's always been good structure, the academy was amazing that you went through, you came into the first team, you won the Champions League, and then now it's going all tits up. Maybe a change of scenery at a club where it's a lot more compact, a lot more stable, could be good for Mason Mount. He's shown he can be a good player before. I'm just proposing the question, can he be the guy to slot into that midfield, win us league titles on a consistent basis, and be that big game player? That's what remains to be seen. I believe he can be that. I'm just more thinking if he will, and a lot of people suggest that he's going to be a proper Jurgen Klopp player, no doubt about it. And I would love that to be true. I'd love to see if that's the case, and I do believe that when you factor in Premier League experience and his ability on the ball, and I do think he'd get on with the fans, I just think for the money that we're going to pay, is there anyone else that we could get better who's going to benefit the system even more? Because when you look at what we need legs, because we haven't had that since Genie left. We need someone who can... Thiago was somebody who was to come into this team and add something new. Thiago hasn't quite fulfilled that role due to the inconsistency of performances. You need to go and maybe get a like-for-like for Thiago. Nearly impossible because of how good he is. But if you get someone who's got that range of passing, someone... Because what I think Klopp was trying to do there is keep Trent a creative genius at right back, and then get somebody else like Thiago, a creative genius, who can find Trent on the wings, find Salah up front, or find somebody at the cross of the other side of the midfield and cross the ball. Mason Mount, I just don't know what he brings. Like, I don't know what it is, but let's see. I wouldn't turn it down. I think it's one of those signings where if you get him, McAllister, and 1 or 2 other midfielders, I'd actually be really impressed. I'd be like, do you know what? At least you're getting numbers. And if they're the players that Jurgen Klopp would agree to, and they're the players that this guy would be happy with getting, then go out and get him, because that makes a lot of sense in my eyes. But yeah, I do think they're like the only main topics to cover today. I don't think there's anything else to really delve into. We're going to talk about the Liverpool game all in due course. We're playing Southampton on the weekend. It doesn't really mean much. And we've got no big games left of the season, really. Now it's just about coming up with fun ideas over the summer it'd be great if you could get them in the comments down below. Just like someone came up with the idea of an all-time combined 11 for the Liverpool team. So I'm going to get a panel of Liverpool fans on. It's going to be on a Redmond Roundup. It's going to be like one of these shows, and one of the segments will be an all-time Liverpool 11. I'll probably do a Premier League 11 and get a bunch of Premier League fans on. And then any other ideas like that, like, I don't know, best transfers, best this, best that, let us know. And we'll get that done for you, mate. But before we do wrap up the video, we have got one more little game, if you will. We're going to compare Coutinho and Firmino. Who's better? Who was more influential for Liverpool? Who do you prefer is the main outcome here, because there's no right or wrong answer. They were both class in their own ways. First of all, we're going to watch Coutinho. We're going to see what he can do. Then we'll watch Firmino. Then I'm going to give you my opinion. Then I want you to go in the comments down below and do your thing. Anyway, let's get into it.
Let's see what you got, lad. Let's see what you got, fam.
Jeez. That was a game and a half against Dortmund. Do you know what? Europa League next season might not be that bad if we have games like that. If we have like a big team that we can bounce off, that's worth beating. Felipe Coutinho. I don't know if Bobby's got a chance if I'm going to do this based off of compilations. If it's going based off of compilations, Coutinho might win this. And I think he might win it in your eyes as well. Look at this. He ran the show. He was a one-man team. We always said Steven Gerrard was a one-man team. Coutinho was a one-man team. Oh. No, this was insane. This was insane. That was unbelievable. I have not saw a goal like that probably since that goal. Nah, Oxlade scored some nice ones, to be fair. But look at that. The precision. Underside of the bar. This was great. Scoop. Scoop. That was Jose Mourinho's last game, was it not? When he got sacked? The special one. I will not speak. I will not speak. I will not speak. Look at this. This is unbelievable. Yeah, another Europa League game. So we know that Coutinho teared it up in the Europa League. No wonder he left us. Oh! Yes, sir. Yes, Brazilian maestro. Sorry, Coutinho. I think I forgot, you know. I think I forgot, sir. Oh, we've got to switch up. Come on, Coutinho. Let's see what you've got, son. Show me some sorcery. We've seen the outside of the box stuff. We've seen the goals. Let's see you take on some absolute muppets. Oh, no. We made it flawless, didn't he? He was just... He was the closest thing that we were getting to Lionel Messi. Probably by Luis Suarez as well. That little dancing with the feet, it's something else, man. Great. Amazing. Oh, it was brilliant. The slimy toes. That was actually sensational, you know. I love football compilations. They're like some of my favourite things to watch. That goal against Stoke as well. My man. There's the goal against City. He was truly a little magician. I can understand why people wanted him back just to see goals like that again. Coutinho's always loved playing City as well. Jeez, bit of Eminem. Okay, so now it's time for Bobby Firmino, the man who came from Hoffenheim, the man who was signed from Brendan Rodgers. I think Coutinho put up a phenomenal shout there. From a compilation standpoint, Coutinho should win this, but I've always known Firmino for a little bit more than just goals. So the way I'd reference it is Coutinho is the magician who pulls it out the hat from nowhere, and then Bobby Firmino is the one who creates the chances for everybody else. So very excited to see how this one goes. Let's have a little gander. Neat. It's all put together. And it's all put together well. This is nice. Firmino, man. Jeez. Bobby. Oh, is this his Hoffenheim days? Look at that. That's what made Brendan Rodgers sign, and people forget Brendan Rodgers signed Firmino. This is his Hoffenheim days. I kind of wanted just an all Liverpool compilation, but hey ho, we'll get enough shots. Look at this. I'm glad that we're just not getting the goal side of things as well. Bobby Firmino, man, he was well-rounded to many degrees. Look at the way he links up the play. Look at this. Look at this. He'd be creating goals by himself. That's one prime example. Like, Coutinho and Firmino were just unbelievable for two different reasons. Let's be honest. Coutinho was the guy who do it by himself. Firmino was making everyone else do it. But he was creating it for them. That was the thing. Coutinho will create his own chances. Firmino will create chances for everybody else. Look at this. You can tell he's Brazilian. Like, you look at people like Fred and you question the nationality. You think there's got to be a little bit of a... There's got to be somewhere else down the roots of the bloodline. Whereas Firmino, he's 110% Brazilian. Woo! One of the most famous clips of all time, yeah. That was so nice. Look at this. Oh, he's a beautiful player. Oh, Firmino, just stop it. It really is. Like, this video's called The Art of Football. Like, Roberto Firmino, The Art of Football. This is true art. Like, when you think about an artiste, Coutinho can be in that realm, but like you said, Coutinho's the magician because he's pulling something out of his hat from nothing. Roberto Firmino is a man at work throughout the entire 90 minutes. When he's on that ball, just know he's creating something. And to be honest, it is just purely based on preference because both of these guys were world class. I'll be honest, I'm leaning more towards Firmino because I like this stuff as well. Like, don't get me wrong, shooting from outside the box and doing it consistently is very fun, but the stuff that people won't notice as much is what I really, really appreciate. And the appreciation for Firmino has always been here. It's just going higher and higher watching. Both proper saucy players. I am leaning more towards Firmino now, just because of the preference of everything that he does. That being said, both great at their own things. Coutinho's the match winner alone. Firmino's the guy that creates everything for everyone else. I wish we just got to see them both play together for a little bit longer. Let me know who you think's better in the comments down below. Who's going to go 1-0 in the first ever head-to-head matchup of these compilations? Is it going to be Phil or is it going to be Firmino? I'm also thinking about maybe like adding on the competition to where if Coutinho wins, then we'll get another player to face Coutinho type thing. We'll have a little bit of fun with it. I'll come up with a few ideas. Anyway, thank you for watching. Much love to you and your mothers. Please smash a like and I'll see you all in a bit. Peace out.